Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back with another episode of Hearthstone. So today we are working on Rogue and Warrior victories on casual. We need to play 10 more 5 cost creatures and 21 more spells. So I'm gonna stick with Warrior because I really don't feel like my Rogue deck is that good. We're at 3,895 gold. That is really close. We are slowly crawling to our goal of 4,600. And at the point we're at 4,600, we're gonna practically be buying a new pack every couple of weeks. Maybe every week.
For Doomhammer, victory or death.
So let's see. We'll take this out and this out, and this out. We'll keep that in actually. So the coin is hidden under the fourth one. I think they should move that. Well, it should probably be like at the bottom. Too. So you can see the coin. There's no reason to have it be under the card.
Battle detected.
Simple move to begin with. Summon out this warbot.
Hello.
Excuse me. So this guy versus this guy. Let's bring out this guy and then attack the face instead. Probably a waste for the owl, but I thought it was fun. Next turn I could use the coin and summon this.
I got a big punch.
Deal 1 damage and give it +2.
Battle commencing.
I think we need to do that to get rid of this guy. And then let's go ahead and summon this guy and keep our coin.
Speak to me.
End our turn. Everything in this deck is an enrage character, pretty much. It's all based around taking damage, and it doesn't work that well. That's nice. I like the casuals. I like that the casuals will do stuff like that. Ranked people won't do that. Why are we playing on casual is the real question. We actually need to be playing on ranked. So let's do that, yeah. Oops. Next game we'll start playing on ranked until we get back up to rank 20. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna play Rogue at all today.
You asked for it.
Victory or death.
See. I'll keep that one.
Job done.
I am running into a little bit of an issue, and there's really no solving it. In fact, it's probably exactly the same case for every YouTuber, almost certainly. Unless somebody is live streaming, comments and feedback can only be taken going forward. And going forward for me a lot of times is really far forward to the point of I've already recorded the entire series,
Battle
particularly
detected.
like the Kerbal Space Program audio issue, but on some other things too. People will say your audio's messed up, fix your audio. Well, you know, it's already been recorded. I don't have the software or capability to really do much to it. I did try to fix it inside of YouTube, and their capabilities are very low. I turned the volume up, I turned the bass down, or maybe I turned the bass up, I don't know. And all of that really is on the sound mechanics of Kerbal Space Program itself.
May my ancestors watch over me.
Truth of the matter is that
Battle
it
commencing.
goes from being completely silent to the music being the right volume to the rockets when they're shooting off being deafeningly loud. They don't have their own sound effects balanced. And so there was definitely times even when I was recording I knew I could tell it's like this is really loud, this is really quiet, but I couldn't do much about it. Alright. If we do this,
Pain, speak to me.
and then we do this, and then if we do this, okay, that works
Bring
nicely.
it on.
Battle commencing.
Job's done.
But yeah, so not even just that. Anybody that says anything on any series is almost certainly going to be. It needs to be post-mortem feedback, really. Just assume it is. Because I can't put out a video and then have it go out and then start recording the second video. Often people will put comments on videos, almost all of them have been at least a day after the video is released.
done.
Now, so that means if I got to, let's say, 10,000 subscribers, or just, it doesn't need to be subscribers, if 10,000 people watched my video on the first day, and they left 1,000 comments, I could respond and autocorrect to those and get any correction done probably within 5 to 8 episodes in the future. Because if I'm recording for 8 hours a day, that could be anywhere between 5 or 8 episodes or have already been recorded by the time I even got any feedback on the first one. But that would have to be comments on the first day. If somebody puts a comment on the second day, well then I'm 10 to 16 episodes ahead. If by the third day, well then I'm 24 to 30. I may be done with the series at that point. Or very close to it. And that's all just kind of a factor of how everything I do is just ahead. I'm a month ahead right now on everything. I am moving further to be even more months ahead. As I record the older games that I have gotten from the Steam Summer Sale, that will probably get me close to a year ahead. I mean, that would be really cool. I don't know if that's true, or not. It all kind of just depends. I need to get the new games out as quickly as possible. That's definitely a cause for concern. But hopefully I don't burn through them all. At a certain point, I need to probably balance it. Let's see. Draw a card or summon a guy.
It's time for a little blood.
Battle commencing.
Job's done.
Just make sure that that guy's ready to kill him. So comments still need more subscribers, still need more viewers. Is really all the rest of the problem with the comments is.
I wonder.
Real conversations getting started there haven't happened. I don't know if that ever would really happen in YouTube. Mostly I'm going to try to at least thumbs up, if not reply to every comment. Unless somebody puts 20 comments on the same video, and then I'll just thumbs up them all. A lot of them say linked comments because I think you're commenting on the Google Plus videos, and so when that is the case, that means I can't actually respond to you, and I don't think people realize that. So there have been several times when I've wanted to respond to something or should have responded to something and couldn't because because of the situation, the fact that it just wouldn't let me.
I must choose.
Battle commencing.
My shield for Argon. Job's done.
Well, that worked well. It took a long time. So, yeah, the comment system kind of sucks, I guess. I still want everybody to comment. If you have a question, and I'll get back to you. If you see there's an audio problem, let me know. I looked at one of my Witcher 3 videos, and for a little bit there, it looked like the lips were not synchronized with the audio. I think it was a YouTube thing, because then I went back and looked at it again, and it seemed like it was working then. YouTube now allows 1080p at 60 frames per second on cell phones, and that's what I was testing out. And so I was seeing if that worked, and they may still have some bugs to fix on that with the lip sync issue. It was pretty noticeable.
The frost wolves
And
stand ready.
there's kind of a weird thing. The fact that I put it up as 1080p 60 frames per second means they don't make a 1080p or 720p at 30 frames per second. So you lose those options, which on a phone you might want to actually work your way down to to 30 frames per second. Phones in particular might not be super configured to run at 60 frames per second. It may drain your battery, it may cause all other troubles. Let's see.
Ruptar Ogre!
Job's done.
There we go. So, I think they probably need to come back and fix that. So I had somebody talk to me on Twitter about how good my videos look, and I'm very happy for that. I'm very happy that people appreciate and can recognize and can see that I do my very best to record as good of graphics as
Behold
possible.
the might of
That
Storm
a lot of people streaming the Twitch, in particular, streaming, have terrible internet, which is not really their fault as much as the fact that their internet service providers are doing them wrong.
A fight! Count me
May my ancestors watch over me.
into the breach!
So of course it looks horrible in when you're streaming. And I have it set to a very high bit rate for if you were trying to stream. I would do no better. It would look blocky and choppy and horrible if I was streaming, and that's why one of the reasons why I don't stream. The other reason is I just don't see myself really thriving there. If you've been watching any of my episodes, you notice that I sometimes just start thinking to myself. I stumble on words like I am right now. I sometimes even stutter a little bit, and then often, if not almost always, I'm playing at a lower level than I normally would be because I'm talking and playing games at the same time. So trying to talk, play games, and talk to a chat, it really gets, that's kind of out of the question. It's not, doesn't seem possible. And so then I wouldn't talk to myself and describe things as much as I do now, but I'd be talking to chat and responding to it.
One shot.
A lot of that stuff is so bro-y. It's so, like, I don't know how to say it, but bro. The frat boy, kinda.
A fight! Count me!
Back to work.
You win this.
There we go. It seems very frat boy. A lot of the people that are on Twitch and YouTube too. There's a lot of that. Let's play ranked because we need to get to rank 20. So, and that's just not who I am. I'm not going to do funny stories, funny voices. I'm not going to try to create internet memes. I probably, if I go long enough, will become an internet meme for something stupid I say, but I'm not going to sit there and say stupid things intentionally, hoping it becomes a meme.
With honor.
Victory or death.
I would really love if somebody like took my videos and cut it down into like a best of mistakes clips or something. Just cut out all the times I said I suck, or I'm such a, and just here's an hour of him insulting himself. I think that would be pretty funny.
Job's done.
And I would love an actual best of clips where I pulled off something awesome, and if I ever do anything awesome, and or most funny things. Sometimes I've done some funny things, I
Battle
think.
detected.
I don't want to use this right now. That seems a little premature to do this.
Reporting for duty.
I apparently changed this deck at some point because I'm missing cards. According to this, yeah, this one still has Chromagus in it. Interesting.
Battle commencing.
I I haven't updated this deck for some reason. When will I do the next deck update? I don't know. The thing I need way more than just a best of or worst of clips, though, and the thing that really would help in comments is that if there's some really OCD level people with a real eye for details, if they see that I've misspelled something, if I've mislabeled something, if I've put 2 spaces or 2 quotation marks next to each other, let me know all that stuff in the comments, because it's close to impossible to find this stuff on YouTube, and it's really, really difficult to know when you made mistakes. There's definitely some things, if you notice that things are out of order in playlists, let me know so I can correct that. I will never find it myself alone. Almost guaranteed to be the case. Also, the other thing that would be super helpful is if we could it's not called Kickstart. What is it when you get a group of volunteers to work for you? I don't recall what that was called. It used to be real popular before Kickstarter was a thing.
Job's done.
Anyways, my point is, what I'm asking is if people can tag episodes, for instance, in The Witcher, if you know I did a
We must
quest,
cleanse the
if you can
Sunwell.
properly type the name of that quest and just put like
Reporting for duty.
quest this on that episode in the comments, then I can immediately just trust you and put that in the comment, in the title, and then people will find the episodes a lot more. And that's something that really I should have an editor do for me, and will eventually have someone act as an editor. But right now I don't have one, and I don't have the time and skill to do it myself.
Pile on! Everyone, get in here!
Now on Hearthstone episodes, it's really up to you. What do you think people would search for that's actually in here? If somebody started doing like comments of every single card that was played, that's not really probably gonna work either. You're very limited on the length of a title, so it need to be something more. And I used to definitely just do the
My shield for Argon!
to put
Who you
like,
want me killed?
this would be warrior ranked runs would be the title, and that's,
Pile on!
let's see, let's kill this one.
Pile on!
Smash the face, signature, and that's about all I could think of. Unless you just wanted to type in like the name of people,
Shields up.
that might be kind of cool. If somebody just made a list of everybody I played against, and we typed in their names. But hardly anybody is gonna do that. I don't go to YouTube and type in my own name, except for I did it once, but I haven't ever done it a second time.
the
so that
breach.
wouldn't get any views either.
Pile on.
We could, perhaps I should date it, but then who would be searching dates? That's kind of the problem with Hearthstone, is that there's not a lot that can be added to it that's going to catch people's attention.
Everyone, get in here.
So some games it's real obvious, like The Witcher should have every single quest in it. Plants vs Zombies is, I'm gonna try my very best, and I see no reason why I shouldn't succeed at labeling every single episode by the levels that were played, because it's level 1-1, 1-2 stuff, so that's real easy to figure out what to put there. Alright. I can overshoot this.
Everyone, get in here.
That wasn't right.
Into the breach.
Wasn't quite the smartest thing to do.
Pile on.
Choose.
Binding of Isaac, FTL. If anybody can think of anything I can do to fix those episodes as far as tagging in the titles, or tagging them, or updating the titles to be more descriptive, that'd be great. I was pretty descriptive in both of those, though. I don't see any different ways. That whole first series one is in this weird situation where it's what I have to show for my work, but in a lot of ways I kind of wish I could get rid of it and just say
Into the breach.
No problem.
Everyone, get in here. Pile on.
yeah, I kind of wish I could start over. I guess this is a perfectionist mentality. It's just, I wish I could start over. I wish I could redo the Talos Principle. I wish I could have been better at Isaac and FTL and done FTL in a different way. FTL would have probably just been a spotlight or two, making a series out of it. I mean, I can't even honestly recall why it was made I made a series out of it.
Running the program.
There are games I want to play that I still haven't gotten around to playing from that end of the series 2, and now that we have other games, those are going to get in the way too, because they're newer. I was going to play some older games. We may burn out. That might be the trick, is I may just burn out on games completely as far as the new ones, and then we can start going back and doing some old ones again. But some of the games I got on the summer sale are old ones. I have all of Tomb Raider, so as far as that goes, the sequel to the reboot is going to be coming out in a year. That means, to me, I need to pretty quickly do an entire series on the reboot, and then if there's time, play the original 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I think there's some side games in there too, so we'll just try to chronologically, as best we can, go through all those. Well, this is gonna be interesting. So there's just a ton of Tomb Raider cards. No, Tomb Raider. That's an interesting. Oh, that was tracking. Look at the top 3 cards on your deck.
Greetings, traveler.
We'll greet him.
Greetings.
I'll show them. I'll show them all.
So yeah, that's just a ton of Tomb Raider, and Tomb Raider 1 is a really old looking game. So it is much further in its appearance
Hey, speak to me.
than what I was thinking I would get to. Well, let's see if this one attacks either way. Well, unless he does that, then that works a different way. Okay.
It's time for a little blood.
End the turn. I think what we'll do is we'll go back and forth between casual and ranked. We'll play a little bit on ranked after we get the wins we need. But it's hardly likely we would ever get to be in a situation where we need some other requirement that, like, play level 5 characters, but we've already gotten 5 wins. That's highly unlikely that would ever happen.
A fight! Count me in! Everyone, get in here!
So now I've forgotten what I was talking about. Yeah, Tomb Raider 1 is what I was talking about. It's not a flat 2D story-based game. It is a early 3D game, if I'm correct. And it is going to look about as bad as most games can. The thing is, the issue with the way games look is that if you looked at Super Mario Brothers, the original Super Mario Brothers for the NES, it looks fine still today because it is just in our mental vocabulary a well-known lexicon. Those are really big words. It's something we're very familiar with. We never really fell off with the flat 8-bit style pixels. If you look at it with a really critical eye, you can say, wow, there is literally like 16 squares here, and it's not detailed at all. But it in no way looks anywhere as bad as early 3D games. So NES style games look way better to my eye still than Super NES games, because Super NES games were the beginning of 3D graphics and they just look pretty bad. Also, Nintendo things are better because they were always a cartoony style, and cartoony styles versus trying to do a realistic style always last a lot better. things like GoldenEye 64 looks just awful now, and that is in the same
Battle detected.
range. I'm gonna lose again here. But I don't think I've ever played Tomb Raider,
Hunt you down.
and because of that, I'm kind of interested in actually playing it. I don't know how to beat it. I'll probably have to look up a strategy guide, or you know what, go in blind maybe. Probably wouldn't be that hard to go in blind. That is an interesting thought. Should I go in blind on old games or new games in general, or should I look up strategy guides? Should I look like the fool that I actually am, or should I do the research? I think in a lot of ways I should just go in blind. Here we go. I think it definitely is a smarter move to go in blind and just let the chips fall as they may. Most people start a game blind, and it gives a more informative review if I do it too. Of course, because if you took this to an extreme, let's say in a couple years I start getting
You asked for it.
review copies and like strategy guides directly from the creators of the game. Well, then obviously the creators of the game could say, go to this rock at the very beginning of the game, look under that rock, and you'll have the most powerful weapon in the entire game. But nobody in the real world would ever know about that rock. Or more realistically, what they'd say is just type in this code, and you'll get a super amount of an unfair advantage.
Battle detected.
That isn't a fair review in any sense. To sit there and have knowledge that the average player is not going to play. So yeah, I definitely need to go in blind. And then people can in the comments give me suggestions and things, but as I've been saying, I probably won't see those suggestions until I'm already done with the game. Deal 1 damage to all minions. Don't think we're ready for that yet.
Battle commencing.
So, yeah. I'm gonna be totally full of Tomb Raider. Donation wise would be very helpful. If I could have if people were kind enough to donate, say somewhere between $200 and $500. Now, I'm not saying any individual donate that unless they want to. That would definitely be helpful. But if I had that much through donations, by the time the next Steam sale happens, there are avenues that I saw that I wanted to get, but they were just too expensive. Even on the sale price, it was beyond my budget to say I'm gonna get this.
Battle commencing.
Things like I wanted to get the entire Hitman collection, which would have been helpful, considering there are, I think, rebooting the Hitman series too. I wanted to get Batman, which I would have been getting a refund for Batman right about now.
Battle detected.
In that case, but that is a really strange
Battle detected.
case. Undeniably.
Battle commencing.
I wanted to get Fallout 4 and pre-ordered that. Maybe get 10% off that now you shouldn't pre-order games, but in the case of being a YouTuber, you kind of have to. If you want to play new games, you kind of might as well just pre-order them when they're on sale and get a little bit of a discount. Uh,
I wonder.
there was tons of independent games that the Steam Summer Sale just had like 10% off, but they were like $2, so 10% off still put them at the cheapest games you could get.
Mind if I roll me?
Whereas the big major game publishers had big bundles that were 80% off because
Time runs out on me.
still spending more money. They were just giving you a lot more. Let's see, give a damaged
Battle commencing.
this plus 3 and then we'll play that. And then duplicate. Okay. Actually, I shouldn't have played that.
Battle commencing.
I can't use this now. I shouldn't have played Revenge. That was a mistake. I should have just attacked, and then that would have done 1 damage to everybody. So, I think
Battle
by
detected.
next summer sale, if I did
Battle
have
detected.
like somewhere between $250 and $500, I could fill up my library with practically everything Steam has to offer, and then the next sale after the next sale would really be more of a situation where I'm like, well, there's 3 AAA titles coming out, I could pre-order all of them for $180, and then that's pretty much it.
Battle commencing.
Do I want to enrage these guys? I don't think I do. So instead of attacking right now, I'm just gonna hold back. It will quickly get to that point. It will quickly get to the point where I have got everything on Steam. A lot of like console exclusives of older games never came to PC, Steam or not, and in that I will have to got an overlay popping up. I wonder if that showed up on the recording. That will be interesting. That should not happen, obviously.
May my ancestors.
I don't know if we would ever get to the point where we have no games to play.
Job's done.
I think that probably is unrealistic. I think that's probably pretty unrealistic that we would never have 0 games to play whatsoever. I have, in my entire life, never gotten to that point. It may get to the point where I've done all the PC games and
Minions.
we would have to start
Soldiers of the cold dark.
like playing console
Obey
games
the
and recording
call
that, but I
Hell through
may eventually progress to that anyway. But I am pretty much right now determined to play PC versions of everything that has a PC version. But I would love to go play like Bayonetta,
Battle detected.
Bayonetta 2, and neither one of those are going to let us do that if we on the PC.
Running the program.
At least right now they're not. Maybe in the future. That would be really cool if Bayonetta and Bayonetta 2 came out. for the PC, I would do a series for them very quickly, assuming I could. I did get the reboot of Devil May Cry, and that is somewhat similar to Bayonetta. So that's the closest we can get, I think. Still think I'm gonna lose. Darn it.
I'll show them all!
I hope you like my invention.
Back to work! Job's done.
Show them all!
Yep, definitely gonna lose here. But yeah, I may eventually get to console games and start recording them if I ran out of PC games, which is unlikely. There's enough coming out each year that I could do, that I can make enough footage for each year. Even if I had to slow down a little bit, which at some point maybe I will slow down a little bit. I am doing a lot of recording. Most recently I got to numbers that I spent 92 hours in a 2-week period. A normal 2-week period is 80 hours. That's 40 hours a week. That's full-time work for people. It's supposed to be, at least. So they definitely am working a lot, recording a lot, but I have a lot in backlog, and I will have a lot of backlog until I've covered pretty much
versus Uther.
until I've covered every
I
single
will
game,
fight
old
with
game
honor.
I want to cover.
Victory
And
or
then we're
death.
just gonna be on new games. And new games, big ticket, major new games, do have the ability to be super long, like The Witcher 3. And The Witcher 3 is like an hour-long, a year-long game. Skyrim, which I also have, is like a year-long or more game. I could easily play that for a year. Fallout 3, eventually I guess I'll get back to that
Battle
too.
detected.
And if I do get back to that, then that could be a year-long game. And that means for a normal person, I'm saying that each one of those games would be the only game that you played really for a year. So when you start talking those major, super long, 200+ hour games, that's a lot. Let's see.
The victory is yours.
Calculate, there's 52 weeks in a year. Well, that solves our quest problems. 52 weeks in a year, thereabout, is what they calculate for work. 52 times 40 hours a week is 200 hours. So 280 hours. So that's the number of hours. Is that right? No, it's 2,800 hours. So it's a lot of hours, but still you have to spend a lot of that doing other stuff too. So even playing The Witcher 3 and then some medium level games like the new Devil May Cry and the new Tomb Raider is going to take up a lot of my time. But what isn't going to take up a lot of my time anymore is this. Although we need to play ranked runs, so we will have to start working on that next recording session. We are at 4,045, which means we only need about 560 more gold. That's about 3, maybe 4 recording sessions away if we continue making progress like we do to our goal. And once we hit our goal of 4,600, again, every time we hit 4,600 we buy a regular pack for 100. Every time we get back up to 4,600 we do it again until we have every single regular pack card that is available and tons of dust, and then we'll start buying the Goblins vs. Gnomes pack and continue with that until we have every single card in the game that we can get. I think there might be a card or two that you can't get, but that might not be true. Actually, it probably isn't. I think there are card backs I can't get, but not actual cards. Because you had to go to specific conventions I didn't go to get those card packs. Once we have every single card in the game and tons of dust, then we start making gold versions of everything. Once we have every 2 copies of every gold version of everything and we have tons of dust, there's nothing more to buy. We have, at that level, perfected the game. But don't worry, we won't really reach that because sooner or later a new expansion will come about, and because a new expansion will come about, it will cost us the 3,500 gold, like the other solo adventures cost us. And well, I'm just guessing about that, but it's probably the case, and that will bring us back down and we'll have to rebuild our reserve. At some point they might unlock the hero so you can actually pay with gold for that, and we might even use some gold for that, but I doubt I'd do that anytime soon. Anyways, that's enough talking. That's the end of this episode. As always, I ask that you like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps out. If you want to support me, which would be greatly appreciated, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it and make a donation. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media site, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.